Way of the Truth, the Life Watchers. Hello again, welcome to the show. Got some more breaking news for you. Been watching this for the last few days. Yeah, it is breaking out in LA, and I'm going to read this news piece here. It's from AP News. Marines have been deployed to LA in response to immigration protests. So I'll go straight into it. President Donald Trump has authorised the deployment of an additional 2,000 National Guard members to respond to immigration protests in Los Angeles, according to the Pentagon's chief spokesman. The latest order brings the total number of Guard on federal orders for the protests to more than 4,100. The news comes hours after the Pentagon deployed about 700 Marines to protest to the city. What to know? Marines deployed. The troops will be used to protect federal property personnel, including immigration agents, and are prohibited from performing law enforcement duties under the Post Comitus Act. The Pentagon is drafting guidelines that will explain to the Marines what they can and cannot do, a US official said. California sues Trump. The state sued the president over his deployment of the Guard. Troops and growing numbers of demonstrators took to the city streets for a fourth day. California Attorney General Rob Bonta announced the lawsuit by telling reporters that Trump had trampled the state's sovereignty. Trump threatens to arrest Newsom. I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great, Trump said, reference to Tom Homan, the administration's border Caesar, who warned that anyone, including public officials, would be arrested if they obstructed federal immigration enforcement. Come after me, arrest me, let's just get it over with tough guy, Newsom said in response. It's getting crazy out there. Trump's threatening to arrest this Governor Newsom in California, and also they've been targeting. Is it Karen Bass, the mayor of California as well? I don't know what I think she's been too busy doing interviews. I think while all this has been going on, she's happened to been out on an interview. What's come out? She said that there was no need for the National Guard to come in. There was no need for the Marines. They would have settled it themselves. But she was. I don't know if she was out of the country or she was doing interviews. And this is the mayor of California. There's loads going on at the minute. I'll just read you this here. The lawsuit filed Monday afternoon by Attorney General Rob Bonta says Trump and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth violated the law, exceeded their constitutional authorities when they federalised the National Guard without going through the Governor of California. It describes the unrest in Los Angeles as primarily peaceful protests with some acts of violence of civil disobedience that do not rise to the level of rebellion. The lawsuit also alleges Trump violated the 10th Amendment, which is designed to protect state power from federal intrusion. This is a manufactured crisis to allow him to take over a state militia, damaging the very foundation of our republic, Gavin Newsom said in press release on the lawsuit. Every governor, red or blue, should reject the outrageous overreach. And that's the thing with California as well. It is a blue state, California, so it is democratic. They've are over California, the Dems. Let's just see if there's any other news here. Yeah, it's got crews are out on the streets now to clean up all the rubber bullets after all the night protests. Yeah, there's a lot going on at California at the minute. Yeah, I'll just go into my journal. Yeah, so there's looting going on. There's fire bombs going on. They carry on. It's going to end up as a third world city, the California. So civil war's breaking out now. They've even mentioned enforcing martial law. I could see that coming down the road. It won't surprise me. They call it an insurrection. Trump. So the National Guard's there. The Marines are deployed now. Trump's already expressed his views on Truth Social to arrest this governor Newsom, which it's a blue state. It's Dems that control it. You got all the people that are demonstrating and protesting. They're burning American flags. I've seen that on several videos. Some of them are not vetted. They're illegal into the country. And then you've got I'll just carry on from where is it here? You've got LAPD warns many more arrests are possible. Los Angeles Police Chief Jim McDonnell said in a briefing that he expected many more arrests to be made in connection with escalating protests as the police investigation continues. We fully support your right to peacefully protest, but let me be absolutely clear that those who choose to incite violence, engage in vandalism or graffiti or attack officers will be arrested, he said. And it's got a Pentagon confirms 2,000 more National Guard troops supported by ICE. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Definitely not looking good. Yeah, it's like Mad Max. Yeah, so I'll just go into my journal again here. So then you're going back to Israel. They're arranging a UN meeting. So the UN's going to be having a meeting on June the 17th for this two-state solution. And it's about the Israel-Palestinian conflict, and it's going to be chaired by France and Saudi Arabia. International support, and the international support it'll be the countries around the world that have been sanctioning Israel, like Canada, Britain, France, America. It goes on because they want this. They're going to enforce a two-state solution. They're going to force it upon them. They're going to do it in such a way, I think, and Israel are going to be put in a position, and they're already hated now. They'll be hated even more, and that's what will enforce this two-state solution, and that's what will bring on. That's what will bring on the rapture. The tribulation will start. That's what's going to go down. I couldn't believe going back to Trump. I couldn't believe what was coming out. I've just been reading up on some press, what Trump's just come out and said live on telly, and the journalists there are asking Trump, is Elon been taking drugs in the White House? And he did say that he hoped that he hasn't been doing it. He's not heard anything, but he hopes that he's not been doing it. You can't believe the things that are coming out, and these are the people that are representing the world. It's crazy what you're hearing now. And one of the journalists turned around and said that Elon's apparently got physical with a Treasury Secretary, and Trump says he has no knowledge of it. So, there's things coming out, and you're thinking, these people supposed to be here, and they're acting like it's like kindergarten, the way they're acting, and they're supposed to be representing the world, and they're on the world stage, and I can't believe what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. It's total mayhem, total chaos. And you've got Trump there with a cap on saying, "Make America Great Again." It's crazy, isn't it? It's just, the American dream's gone. And that with a cap on it, these slogans that he uses, "Make America Great Again." Hitler did that back in World War II. That was his slogan. Let's make Germany great again, and they're using exactly the same slogan. It's crazy. And all this stuff that's going on in America now at the minute, it's crazy, isn't it? And that's what happens when you take God out of your country. That's what happens when God's been left out. It's going downhill. It's going down. It's going south. Yeah, it's coming out today. You've got Putin. Putin's come out and he's made a little statement to the UK, and what he says that it's directly to Starmer. He said you can't stop rubber boats, and he's also said that you have a leader that doesn't like people. So he's hitting back at Starmer there. You've got a NATO chief there. So this NATO chief warns this is to the UK. He's basically said the defence GDP needs to be up to date. And what he's basically said, I think what he means by it, because I have seen a little piece of news on there, and I think what they're trying to say is that your GDP is supposed to be something like 3.5 billion GDP for the to get up to scratch for the defence package. So in order for us to go to war, even though we've not had a vote on it, they're already talking that way. That they're telling the UN are telling obviously UK, and obviously it'll be NATO chief there. He's basically saying get your GDP up to scratch. Get it. I have seen it. It said 3.5 billion. Get it up to 3.5 billion GDP. And then and what he's saying, and he's given a warning out. And he said if you don't do it, he says get ready to speak Russian. So they're already putting these statements out now. You can see where it's going. Yeah, so that's it basically on the news. Yeah, crazy what's happening. So what I'll do, and I'll go on to my journal there. Yeah, so you know what we need to do, don't we? Because these times now, they're dire. They're not getting any better. They're definitely not getting better. You can see the world. The world's on fire. World is on fire, and everyone should be looking at Israel because the Middle East is on fire, and this is where Jesus comes in. Yeah, so I'm going to read a bit out of my journal. Right, so when going back to the Old Testament days, you had Pharaoh, didn't you, in Egypt, and he went round and he got all his soldiers to kill all the babies because he knew Moses. Obviously Satan, father of lies, he knew Moses was on his way. They didn't know that he was going to come down the river in a little basket because God already planned it. He ordained it for Moses to come down that river and sneak him in so he could learn the ways of, in Egypt, all the warfare and everything. So he had all the babies killed, and it's the same with King Herod. He had all the babies killed because obviously against Satan, he knew Jesus was on his way, but Jesus was in Egypt when that went on, so he didn't get to Jesus. And that's called the birthing season. Yeah, so when the enemy is coming at you, they're born, and it happens at birth. So it's because you're getting ready to birth something, and it's the same with Jesus, and it's the same with Moses. They were birthed because God had something ready for them. They had an assignment that they had to complete. Jesus and obviously Moses and Pharaoh, King Herod, they tried to kill all the babies, but they didn't succeed, which was Satan's plan. But obviously, it didn't happen. Moses got in there, Jesus got in there, and this is what I'm saying. It's because you're getting ready to birth something. So it's the same with a person. You're anointed, you're chosen. That's why life is hard. Birthing process is hard. You're birthing the new you. The old version is gone. God has worked on you. So when you're in the wilderness and you're in the valley shadow of death, all the pain that you went through, what was meant for bad was meant for good. And as it says in the Bible, it says, the first will be last and the last will be first. Like a woman in labour going through the pain, labour pains, she's birthing something great. It's just to put a different take on it, a different spin on things. She forgets the pain. So, when she's going through the labour pains and she's birthing something great, she forgets the pain because of all the joy of the child that's coming into this world. The new birthing, that's the new birthing, the new beginning. The same with us that go through the pain. You will forget the pain of your past. Once you're delivered of your promise, your joy will outweigh your pain. What God is birthing you will outweigh every struggle and be worth every struggle. Birthing means a new level of anointing, a fresh revelation of purpose, a new mindset, a new relationship with God. Before Joseph stepped out into his destiny, he went through betrayal. He went through false accusations. He had imprisonment. And God doesn't like ugly. Every hardship was a contraction leading up to his birthing season, his birthing moment. So what happened then? What come out of all that? All his hardships and all his, his betrayals, his imprisonment, what he went through, Joseph. He went through the mill. He went through it all. He went through the wilderness, the valley of shadow of death. And all that, what happened to him? And he had God. He believed in God. And what happened out of that, what come out of that was he became the ruler of Egypt. And that's what God ordained him. So all that pressure and all that pain was for this moment. That's what that birthing season and that birthing moment, that's what come out. He became a ruler of Egypt. So his struggle birthed him into something greater. Focus on the purpose than the pain. You're about to be delivered something great. It could be, if God's calling you, or, it could be your calling, your assignment, what he wants you to do. You're anointed. Your blessings. You might want you to be a leader. You've got a purpose. It could be that he wants you to spread the gospel. He wants you to be in full-time ministry. Have a YouTube channel, street preaching, get people saved in the community. Remember, God has the last say. With man, it's impossible, but all things with God are possible. Complete victory. Walking by faith in obedience. Yeah, so, and I'll just finish it off here with this here. What profits a man if he gains the world, but he loses his soul? Powerful. Powerful. So, on that note, get saved. Get saved and be covered in the blood. Because, ask for forgiveness. Repent. And he'll wipe all your sins whiter than snow. And it'll be cleared. But believe on him, seek him. Seek Jesus. And he'll see it. He can see, seek him with all your heart. And he can see your heart. You can see it all. Get on your hands and knees. Pray to him. Pray to him every day and say to him, I thank you for putting air in my lungs, and I thank you for putting a roof over my head, and I thank you for putting meals in my belly, and because it is all him that's supplying it. Be grateful. Be grateful that you're alive. Believe on him. Believe. Get in that prayer closet and seek him, and believe that he rose on the third day and he shot up. Sinless God. He crushed death, defeated death, killed death. Did it all. Did it all for us. He didn't need to do it, but he did it. free gift. You know, and I hope you get saved today. Yeah, so that's it for today, I think. I'll wrap this video up, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope someone gets something from it. And we've had a nice day today. It's been nice. Yeah, enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it yourselves. I hope you've enjoyed this little show. And yeah, so what I'll do, I'll wrap it up. Just before I wrap it up, I always do that, I always forget. What I'll do, this news piece here by AP, it's the Marines have been deployed to LA in response to immigration protests. I'll leave the link for that in the description below, so it'll be in the description box, that, so get, have a good read on it, because there is several pieces on it. That there is quite several news pieces to it anyway. That yeah, so what I'll do then, I'll leave it there then. That, yeah, so I'll see you again in another video, and all I'll say is bye, see ya, and as usual, shalom.